Hey Mount Hood territory, happy Wednesday. It is a beautiful day and we couldn't be more excited because it's May 2nd and May is Oregon Wine Month. What better thing to celebrate? We've got some great wineries here in Mount Hood territory and I just happened to be at one of them. We're at Forest Edge Vineyard outside of Oregon City. I'm joined by Jan and Ron. They're the owners and winemakers here at Forest Edge Vineyard. Thanks for having us out here.
Great, we're glad to have you. Glad to have you.
Now before we get into the fun stuff, because we're going to do some cool hands-on things and I'm going to actually kind of make part of a wine, which, yay, that's awesome. But I mean, tell everybody a little bit about you guys, because I mean, this is kind of like, you know, that labor of love, that passion thing that you've got going on here.
Right. So here, so Ron and I, we've been here on this property since for 33 years.
Wow.
This was bare land, and so everything that's here we put on. I've planted all the vines, planted all the trees, built all the buildings. So it has been one of those labors of love. So Forest Edge Vineyard, we are really a small batch estate winery, doing things a lot hands-on. We grow Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Leon Mio, those three grapes, and we do varietals, blends, sparkling, dessert wines. We also do a hard apple cider from our apples from our orchard. It's been a lot of years. We've started out as growers and then later moved into being a winery about 7 years ago.
Now, everybody, you know, who's into Oregon wine knows, you know, Pinot Noir. That's kind of like the Oregon grape. Mm-hmm. That one that you just said, I'm actually going to ask about that. Leon
Mio.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is Leon Mio?
Leon Mio is the name of a grape. It is a type of grape variety. It's its own grape variety. It's called a French-American hybrid. So it was created by a man in France who was trying to breed in characteristics of American grapes with French grapes. So it's a red grape. More folks are familiar with Marichal Fauche, another
that's
hybrid.
Another one, yeah.
So done by the same man. So
okay.
The Leon Mio is a little fruitier in my taste, a little bit more like Pinot. It's a great grape, grows very easily. Doesn't need to spray as much because it's a little more mildew resistant, which is great as a grower. Nice purple grape, so it's a nice table wine. Yeah.
And one of the things you mentioned is you guys do a lot of sparkling wines. And that's actually something that we're going to try today is we're going to do, I get to become the Riddler. I'm not going to be an overactive guy on a Batman comic, but it's actually the process of making the sparkling wine sparkle.
Correct.
So you're going to show us how to do that.
We're going to show you how to do that.
All right, let's go make some wine sparkle.
Okay.
Dan, follow us. We're going to do that.
So we're going to talk about, this is really hands-on sparkling. So this step right now we're going to use our sparkling, this is our sparkling Pinot Noir Rosé. And this is a stage called tirage.
And there's actually wine in here. I mean, I don't know if you can get that on the camera, but
I don't think you can get wine in there if you can see it.
Yeah.
So when you're doing sparkling, there's about 5 steps. You have your base wine, then you do something called tirage, you call riddling, disgorgement, and dosage. Great words, right? Just
I know. I mean, so I'm like, there's like 5 things I need to learn how to spell now after this.
So you start with your regular Pinot Noir Rosé, just your straight still wine or your base wine, and then we do tirage. So we create a solution of more wine, yeast, and sugar, and we put that into a champagne bottle. And if you notice, a champagne bottle is much heavier than a regular bottle because it's going to be under pressure. So in this bottle with a bottle cap on it, as you saw, the wine again does another fermentation and all the carbon dioxide is trapped in here, and that's what causes the bubbles. So normally you off-gas that carbon dioxide from a tank, but now it's all in here. So that's why it's a thicker bottle to hold all that pressure.
And that thing, I mean, seriously, I wish you guys could feel this because, I mean, this thing feels sturdy. I could, like, club Dan with this if he doesn't do a good camera job. So you're warned there, Danning.
You're safe. But what happens also in fermentation is you create sediment, little dead yeast cells. Now, normally those fall to the bottom of a barrel, and you don't get those. But in your wine, when it's on its side, we now have all those little things, little sediment on the side, which I think you can't see because this isn't quite done yet. So we don't want that in the final wine, so we want to get the sediment into the neck. And that's the step we call riddling. So I'm going to have Ron show you how we would normally riddle. And it's just a case of shaking the bottle and getting...
shake it up to get all that sediment sort of in solution. So we'll shake it and then...
So like Taylor Swift, we're going to shake it up.
Like there you go.
There we go.
Now in a normal, in a traditional method, they sometimes have these boards and they do quarter turns and they kind of keep changing it day by day. But we do the kind of quick,
so we do the
quick and dirty. So here you go.
Shake one.
Shake one.
All right.
Shake it up. So you just kind of give it a little. That's good.
Well, you know, like another winemaker I used to know I was friends with that said you could always tell a good glass or a good handmade wine bottle because it has the winemaker's fingerprints on it. So again, we're getting that process. So I don't know if I'm doing this right at all. I am shaking this thing like a maraca.
That's right. Yeah, we tend to do the kind of quick little shakes like this, just to kind of get it. And we'll do this about we'll do it daily for a couple of weeks.
With each bottle, like multiple times?
Multiple times.
Oh, wow,
So every day we're going to do this and we go through. Now these are a little early, so we're not going to do this all the way. But that's to get the sediment into the neck for the next stage called disgorgement. So once we're done and all the sediment's in the neck, we will come along and we would take off the bottle cap with this little handy dandy tool, pops that off. And because that's under pressure, that sediment just blows out.
Oh, wow.
And it's messy. It blows out and it just kind of is all over.
I know I shouldn't have worn a light-colored shirt today.
So we're not doing that today.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
But that's disgorgement. And then that's followed up by dosage. Since we've blown out, we put a little bit of sweetened wine back in, and then we put a cork on. And you can see the difference in a champagne cork.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is sturdy.
Cork,
I mean,
right. And if you also notice, this bottleneck is probably smaller than a regular bottleneck. So we have to
So it's a bigger cork into a smaller opening.
That's right. That we have to really squeeze and get on there. And we do it by hand right now, a little hand cork.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just kind of so the jaw, squeeze this, shove it down in. And then because it's under pressure, we put a wire on. And that's what this bottle would show. So the cork eventually looks like this. So you have it narrow in, wide at the top. You put a wire on, torque that down, and then that's kind of safe.
And you guys are doing this by hand?
We're doing this by hand.
So note to self, do not arm wrestle either one of them. They're going to have forearms like Popeye. I mean, just completely.
And then to pretty it off, we do something called put on a foil. After we get the label on, we'll do this. We'll put this little foil thing on, and it's pretty.
You see that at the store. I had no idea it was such a simple process to make it look all fancy and pretty.
That's right. So these all come in a big stack. So that's making sparkling wine.
Wow. All right. That is really cool.
Hands-on.
And you know what? It's amazing stuff. You got to try it.
Yeah.
And people have a chance to do that. This is the other thing we're excited about because we get to promote two things: Oregon Wine Month, Oregon Mountain Hood Territory Wine Trail. This is launched yesterday. This is brand new stuff here, folks. The Mountain Hood Wine Trail, you can see the URL right there. This is where you go, and I'll have it linked on the post. Dan's going to do an extreme close-up. Whoa! omhtus.wine trail. This free mobile passport you can download to your phone, any smartphone, iPhone, Android, anything, and it'll give you access to 16 different wineries. Those wineries are each offering different discounts. I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Do you know what discount you're offering? Because I forgot.
5% off of purchase.
There you go, 5% off of purchase. You redeem those discounts at 8 of the 16 wineries, and you get a Mount Hood Territory stainless steel wine tumbler. That's great stuff right there. So the mobile passport's free. You get discounts at these places. You get a redeem at 8 spots. You get a free glass. There's all kinds of free and discount stuff here. So it like actually costs you more not to do this. So if you're a wine lover, it kind of behooves you to check out all the different wineries in Mount Hood Territory. You may find something new. You may find a new variety you didn't know, like
Leon Mio.
Yes, thank you. I am going to have to ask her that 3 more times. I'm like Leon,
something.
Kings of Leon. I don't know, something.
Well, we call it the American would be Leon the Lot, you know.
I like that. Yeah, that works. So you can check that out and find out some great stuff. And actually, you guys at Forest Edge are also part of another wine group that has got some great stuff. And we've been to some of those wineries as well. So talk about that.
Sure. We are members of the Cascade Foothills Wine Growers Group. And we're a group of wineries from Oregon City to Almsville. Mostly small farmer-focused, owner-operated. And we also run a passport for May and June. It's just kicked off. This one does cost, but have better deals. So this costs, it's $39 for 2, but each then again wineries offering a deal. So in this one, I think we offer 15% off.
Okay.
Plus, if you go to all the wineries, get your passport stamped. We have a night. We have a drawing for a night at the Silverton Gardens and a case of wine. So those are other opportunities. And then in the fall, we're actually going to have one called Hands-On Harvest. That'll be more educational related to harvest time passport. So another opportunity to get out and see wineries.
Then that's like the key word here is opportunity. If you are a wine lover, the opportunities are endless. and May is the perfect time to start that up to celebrate Oregon Wine Month. So tell everybody how to find you guys real quick, both online and in person, what your hours are.
Our hours are Saturday and Sunday, noon to 5, and we're also at 4 farmers markets, Oregon City, Hawthorne, Moreland, and Molalla. So every week through the summer, so we're on weekends and all those markets. Online, www.forestedgevineyard.com, Facebook page, and Instagram.
They're out there. You want to come over here and check it out there. Their wines are awesome, including these delicious sparkling wines. Some great stuff out here at Forest Edge Vineyard. Thanks for having us out here. This is just gorgeous. It's a great time. You know what? Oh darn, I have to go celebrate Wine Month. Such a tough thing to do at work, right? Folks, thanks for joining us at Mount Hood Territory Live. You're going to want to check in next week, same time, different place, same channel. We're going to be making pizza at Ivy Bear Pizzeria up there in the Villages of Mount Hood. So check us out next week. Thanks for joining us. We're at Forest Edge Vineyard celebrating Mount Hood Territory Wine Month and Oregon Wine Month and the Mount Hood Territory Wine Trail. We'll see you next time.